This call is being recorded.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. This is Prabha.
Hi, Prabha. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good too, thanks. So are you ready for a call?
Yes. I see a lot of questions here. I haven't gone through the questions yet. I just opened your email. So, how do you want?
That's all right.
You want me to first read all the questions, get some, collect my thoughts? That's how you want, or I can on the go. We can do which one is more. More useful for you.
Well, we can just go through them right now. The questions are just for your reference, so if you want to take a look at them, you can, but they're not really needed. So we'll be going through the questions anyway. All right?
Okay, sounds good.
All right. All right, perfect. So, how this is going to go is basically, before I begin, I want to clarify you just purchased our resume, right?
Riva, excuse me. Just 1 second, Ashana. Please don't go. Okay.
No worries, sure.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
All right. So, you purchased our resume only, right?
Yes, just resume.
All right.
Is there anything else? That's what. Is there anything else that I need to purchase or something?
No, there's nothing else that you need to purchase. We also have other services. So I'm just clarifying whether you purchased anything else or not.
Okay, I purchased the resume services. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so how this is going to go is I'm going to talk to you about your previous experience, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be focusing not on your responsibilities as such, but more on what you were able to accomplish here. All right. So,
Okay.
any problems that you were able to solve, any things that you were able to achieve, we'll be focusing on those. All right?
Okay, I'll try to answer and recall and answer all the questions here.
All right, perfect. So, right now you're working as a program manager at Larsen,
And
Tubro Infotech?
Yes.
All right.
So,
And yeah, go on.
Larsen and Tubro is it's like a consulting agency, and it provides the full fine solutions to IT solutions to the companies. So currently, I'm helping Fox News with a couple of their projects.
All right. So, is Fox your main client? Are there other clients also that you're working with, or is this exclusively the client that you're working with?
So Fox News is currently is my only client. I'm exclusively working for them. So I joined here Larsen Turbo in April, and I delivered one big project, it's a big program called as a Fox AI, which is a work with the data analytics. And it has been in this project, I delivered a couple of ad sales, like how the Fox is going to analyze all the advertisements, commercials, they sell it out, and what is the revenue, what is the inventory they have available, and then doing a couple of analysis, how much what kind of commercials can go in a particular section, like for drugs and medicines, which programs will take that commercials, all that. I have delivered them the analytics dashboard, couple of analytics dashboard. The project that I delivered was very tight timeline. I delivered in within like couple of I think 3 months, and it was very successful. Helped Fox, the 21st Century Fox, to save $1 million because they had sunsetted couple of applications which were really, really expensive for them. And these the applications and dashboards that I delivered, they have replaced those applications, and that is a huge cost saving for them.
All right.
So and now I'm doing another project, which is again a master data management project with another team of Fox, which is like mastering the data. So recently, Fox has been separated. Disney has bought a lot of Fox assets. So most of the applications are going on the Disney side. So they need to collect and master all the data. Master by mastering, I mean they want to clean all database and the information to be used all through the Fox. So they're developing a master data management program in the Salesforce. So I'm
Mhm.
delivering that program for them.
All right. So these are two key projects that you're working on then, right?
Yes. I mean,
All right.
the previous project has been completed. So the master data management project I've recently started, I think on 4th of September here.
All right. So we'll talk about the data analytics projects that has been completed first. All right.
Okay.
All right. So for that data analytics project, you said that you were able to finish in 3 months, right? Why was it so hard to do in 3 months? You said it's an ambitious timeline, right?
Correct. So the amount, so basically, Fox wants to do a kind of a save the money because these applications, they were earlier the part of Disney, and Disney has a kind of a sales agreement with them. Like until they have something new, they have to pay the price, but they can use their services because once the acquisition is done, all services were gone there. So now Fox was paying really expensive fees and licenses of all these applications which they were earlier using. Now
Mhm.
Fox had a question like whether they will build or they will buy. So the conclusion was to build inside, and but the amount of the dashboards that they want to build in that particular 3 months was really huge because after August or June particular time, they would be heavy costs or there were licensing fees to be paid for the upcoming next years. So
Mhm.
that's the reason they have only few limited months. Now the challenge was to have that all the requirements to be absorbed, the all the data, the lot of hierarchies and old historical data, plus a lot of competitive data that they've been doing,
Mhm.
all needs to be understood. Then requirement based on what is the design of those analytics board, what kind of information that needs to be come from that, talking to all the business users and stakeholders and getting that particular information which they're looking and then designing the interface how they're going to use and then implementing those solutions through the development team. Now, Larsen and Turbo is an Indian company, so most of the team is offshore. But
Mhm.
I mean, so team it's like onshore and offshore model. So I'm
Mhm.
being a program manager. I have the responsibility of coordinating with the Fox, which I call as a client. So coordinating with the Fox clients, it includes all the, the VPs, SVPs, directors, and sometimes the CIO. I have CIO, so sometimes C-level people as well. So I've been coordinating with them. I had whole communication and engagement plan and letting them what is the progress at the same time having the working with the offshore teams making sure the development schedules are maintained like whatever milestones we have initially decided I deliver those in time and keeping the transparency like what is the current if there's any risk I need to tell them so the whole all the things like schedule time cost everything has to be maintained as a project.
Mhm. All right. Okay, so a couple of questions. Then you said that a lot of dashboards had to be implemented, right? Can you give me a number?
Yes. So there were like 5 dashboards.
5 dashboards. All right. And these dashboards, I'm assuming they were visualizing the data analytics that they had, right?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. So did you do anything innovative with this? Anything to maybe speed up user understanding or something like that?
Mm, uh, what I did basically, I mean, normal project management point of view, we had a daily requirement calls, not requirement, like a sync up calls with
Mm-hmm.
the client. And also in the evening, I had calls with my developer team. So I was kind of working as a liaison. And
All right.
there were a lot of, the requirements which are coming because when we started the project or this whole dashboard program, a lot of things were not requirements were not very clear. Requirements by that mean like how they want to visualize that information or what specific data they want to look. Uh, so for that, we have used all cutting edge technologies which the client has never used. Like for instance, earlier they were using Tableau, and then we came up with the MemSQL and some of the Looker kind of analyzing and visualizing data technologies. So in the process, I like there were some small, not small, there were a lot of different uh, requirement changes in visualizing and analyzing data, and I kind of made sure that those are covered within the requirement, and we don't do the scope creep, but at the same time delivering what exactly the Fox business users want for their selling their advertisements.
Mm-hmm. All right. All right. Got it. Um, and you also earlier said that you had to understand the data first, right?
Yes.
So were there any challenges with that? Any technical problems?
Uh, so understanding, I would say the data is it's a media company. So it was all ad sales data. They were like how the cash flow is happening. They call it the cash pacing. What is the sales structure? Then analyzing data was like it's a huge. It's billions of records that in the big data we see here. So
Mm-hmm.
making those connections and hierarchies, and that was a little challenging understanding like why prime time data should be there, like there's small intricacies those were there, but I had data analysts and all, they were all involved and made sure that the data that we are doing is correctly validated and exactly we are producing. I would say we were validating data, mm, the results of the data from the with the older applications, and there were a couple of validations method we are doing and making sure the dashboards that producing that data is it's correct and producing the accurate information what exactly the business users or the stakeholders wanted.
Mm-hmm. All
When
right.
sorry, I mean when you're asking me the difficulties, you were asking me like how did I elucidate that requirements, that kind of thing, or
Yeah, yeah, that kind of thing.
okay, okay.
Uh,
So we had design sessions with them, design and the requirement sessions with them, and then
all right.
couple of brainstorming and chat sessions. And in those chat sessions, we have elucidated those requirements. So, like for instance, they mentioned that a user wants to have a a data where they can compare, for example, how a Coca-Cola has how much revenue a Coca-Cola has produced for this last in one broadcast year, and at the same time
Mm-hmm.
they want to compare a Coca-Cola in revenue in other competitive like other channels, other platforms like ABC and all. So they want to compare all these. So looking at that requirement, we have produced a client intelligence board, which is the name of a
Mm-hmm.
dashboard, and comparing all those competitive as well as the internal revenue, and that's how we drew up the board. So, I mean, that's how we had those brainstorming and the requirement walkthrough sessions, and then putting them into into user stories and Jira, Jalboard, and then delivering them.
All right. Okay, so and for this project specifically, how big a team were you leading?
So I had a team of specifically working on this project. There were around 30 people.
All right. And how many of these were offshore?
Out of these, 21 were offshore.
All right, so the majority. Were there any issues with that? Any collaboration issues, anything like that?
Yes. So for collaboration, I mean, with the onshore and offshore, there needs to be. So there were nothing difficult, but I used to have the daily sync up, which I call the daily stand up with the offshore team. At the same time, I had a collaboration, a daily sync up with the on site and the client. So we had the two sync ups. We had a Jira, and we used couple of tools, the PM tools, which helps to have show the program status, blockers, risk,